travelled. West Coast Eagles had a lot of road trips over the last month. They'll be looking for their recovery stocks to come up well and truly today. Dwayne Russell.
Magnificent day for football, Dermot, and we've got a big crowd in. It's a top-of-the-ladder battle, and we've been waiting for this one all week.
Absolutely. We look there at the Sydney Swans. They do have a big hitting forward line led by Barry Hall. They can kick a score. Yep. The West Coast Eagles are the #1 scoring team in the comp. They average 15, 16 goals a week. So it's going to be a bit of a shootout here today, but the West Coast Eagles have been dealt a body blow on the eve of this game.
Certainly have. With Gardner out, he had 40 hit-outs last week, so they certainly will miss his influence around the ball. Cox has been the late inclusion for the West Coast Eagles, so a big change for them. But they have been good this year, the West Coast Eagles, certainly second on the ladder at the moment. And this is a massive game for both these teams with the loss of the Brisbane Lions this weekend.
Absolutely. You see the West Coast there. They do have the draw up their sleeve, so percentage becomes irrelevant for them at the conclusion of round 22. Sydney, though, you'd arguably say they're 4 wins away from playing in the finals the first time for several years.
Well, they're looking at a home final now. They're a chance to finish in that top bracket where a home final would be a huge advantage for the Swans because we know they play this ground better than any other team, as you would expect.
Let's have a look at the lineup for Sydney. We'll highlight Leo Barry and Ty Kennelly there. Well, they do have the good forward line. They've got a little bit of running through the midfield, but Leo Barry, one of 6 players in the league who's played every second of every quarter, but they do give them run. It's
You've guaranteed that he'll come off injured now by saying that.
Fingers crossed for him. It is a short distance from half back to inside your own forward 50 here, and with the pace of those two fellas, they've benefited at home. They're about a 4 or 5 better team at home.
Ty Kennelly, a quieter game last week though, because he only had 7 possessions, but up forward they've got a Lachlan and Hall, and Jude Bolton, he has been in sensational form this year. He is the David Beckham of the AFL. He's got that well-publicised relationship with the superstar Delta Goodrum.
They're just good friends.
They are, and they're pictured everywhere together, and he has been providing on the field, a little like Shane Crawford has been the marquee player of this lineup.
Michael Gardner out with that ankle strain there, but what a suitable replacement that comes in. Talking about the centre bounce clearances, the #1 team in the competition, the West Coast Eagles. Fletcher, Kerr, Cousins, Judd spends a lot of time through there. Chick goes through there. Embley off the wing. I mean, they are so good there. And now Cox, what a replacement, a ready-made.
Well, it's amazing. This forward line of the West Coast Eagles isn't all that largely heralded around Australia, and yet they've kicked more goals than any other team in the competition. They've kicked 30-odd more goals than Port Adelaide, the top team in the competition, so they can get a big score going.
Durham, opening bounce is a good one. Goods and Cox fell at their feet. Judd, there he is immediately in the action, taken down by Bolton. Picked up by Banfield, boots at about 15 metres. And Cresswell, in rare form last week, takes the mark. Just keeps getting the footy. The veteran. Inside the centre square. Goes to Hall, bounces off his chest. Kirk has it now inside the 50. Fires at goal, it's floating. O'Loughlin is pushing and finally marking. Turns around and kicks a goal. The Eagles haven't touched the footy. Meanwhile, back at the game. Ball reaches over the top. It's going to Cox.
Maybe he was hoping for that glass jaw. Barry Hall. As Cox kicks inside, 50, just over the head of Wilson. Heads down to the ball, Kennelly. A light game last week, only 7 possessions, runs himself into trouble. Jones gets the ball to Judd from the pocket. Oh no, that's why he's a superstar. That's why they want him everywhere in Australia. Goal to the West Coast.
Right, building all the time. Enjoying the sunshine. Cox in front, trying to direct it down. Missed Embley. Jakovic away to Cousins. Cousins forward of the wing. Telling kick inside the 50, and Schauble again. Body to body with Wilson. Takes a very strong grab. Swings it out wide. Barry very left-sided. You can't buy that dummy. You can't buy that one either. You know where he's going. The hand pass no good. Williams backed up by Bolton. Back to Williams. 60 metres out. Goes short. O'Loughlin just cleared glass. One thing too, if you're chasing Leo Barry, you must force him to kick it with his right foot. Simple. Simple too from O'Loughlin. Gets his second goal. A week is a long time in football. This time last week, both these clubs playing in pelting rain. We were broadcasting in pelting rain, and look at today. Davis to Bolton. Over the ball, Crouch, tied up. Eventually it spills back to Davis. He's about 70 metres out. Hand passes inside the 50. Goods gets the footy, straightens, pulls it back. Hall will come late, falls in front. O'Loughlin will kick his third.
Quarter owned by Sydney.
19 entries inside forward 50 now, Dwayne.
Wirrapunda straight down the middle. Mark taken by Daniel Kerr, whose father played for Port Adelaide and, of course, East Fremantle. High ball to the other side. And a big mark over the top, taken by Adam Hunter, but he put his teammate under immense pressure, Fletcher. So he goes back again. See if Hunter can make amends. To Kerr, to Wirrapunda. Drop punch short to half forward, dropping in and almost getting the handball up. McDougall finally got it up in the end of Fletcher. Inside 50, dropping back. Wilson had a lot of it. Umpire said not enough. Powell over the top to Williams. Swans away with the free man at half forward. It's Davis. Thinks about a handball out wide. Goes with the spearing ball. Forward pocket. O'Loughlin. Well, who else would you go to? Already kicked three. Centering ball. High ball. Creswell flies. Ball. Takes the mark. Creswell was the decoy. The travelling companion. There's Ball. Should drive this through for goal number 4 to the Sydney Swans. And what a great opening term on their home ground it's been. This second quarter, Goods versus Cox in the ruck. Ball knocked out of Kirk. The inside 50 immediately for the Sydney Swans. Nix comes at it hard. Handball to Jude Bolton. Wide kick. Oh, it's a bad taste in his mouth. How to bounce on the full.
That's going to run now, isn't it?
West Coast Eagles with a bit to think about. Jakovic deep in defence now, up towards the wing. In front, McDougall. Kemp behind his Goods. Miscues with a kick. It bounces down towards the attacking 50. Judd couldn't get through. Brought down by Williams. Cousins in trouble. Creswell robbed him of the football. Goes to Bolton. Bolton kicks inside the 50. Working in front. Hunter did well. Hunter across the ground. Cox. The late inclusion for Gardner. The big man is bouncing. Kicks it down towards half forward. It was Haynes on the lead.
Thumping kick, this boy.
He's about 75 metres out. Goes for distance. Not his best effort. Wanders down towards the pocket. Adkins assisted by McDougall there.
He's done that a couple of times in recent weeks. Just come on, and within 5-10 minutes of play, gets a shot on the big sticks.
And provides a spark with their second goal. Well done.
And a perfect bounce to go with them, and Goods thumps that all the way inside 50, as good as a kick. Barry Hall picked up beautifully. Craig Bolton, now Creswell. Goal coming up, write it down. High kick. Down the outer wing. Big fly over the top by Schauble. Couldn't bring the mark down. Creswell's over it. Braun asking for a free kick. Jude Bolton screws the ball around the body towards attacking 50, and O'Loughlin again. Centering pass. Hall is on the move. Comes hard. Good punch away by Wirrapunda. Knocked the ball down. Hunter. Wide ball from his boot. Hoping for Haynes. Just overran it slightly. Magnificent pickup by Wirrapunda. Second possession in this string of play. Down the wing. Barry make that free. Good pieces of work by Wirrapunda, but the Swans will get out of it regardless. O'Keefe to Nix. Craig Bolton. Williams. Maxfield. Inside 50. Drop punt to the goal square. O'Loughlin's there. Well played in the end by Hunter. Takes the ball away. Spearing pass and a relieving mark taken by Cox.
They're under pressure at the moment. Cox. Atkins. Nobody near him. Decides to run. One bounce. Kicks inside the 50. Ill-directed though. Barry at the back. Tidies up. Surrounded by Eagles. Gets it away. Williams at centre-half back. Short to midfield. Creswell demanding that Williams run on. Williams in trouble. Gets a quick hand pass. A rather untidy one away. Beat Bolton. Picked up by Braun. Gives it away to Cousins. Well, that was casual. Ricochets off Kirk. Bolton comes again. behind Goods. He tracks it out towards the rink and goes short into the path of Kirk. Kirk comes across and takes the mark.
Good screen by Davis.
Very good. Short one. Maxfield back to Goods. Kicks inside the 50. Schneider!
Of Germanic origin, I'm sure.
But he comes and kicks the goal.
Into play. Ball comes at it hard. Takes possession. Kicks smothered. Davis. Nose over the ball. Coughed it up. High kick inside 50. Now a free kick might be downfield here.
Against Embley behind play out of the goal square.
So it'll go. All of a sudden the Swans for
there it is. Great shot here.
And just held.
Yeah, a bit of both. Bit of both.
Yes.
Had no effect on where the ball was, so when it's like that, perhaps you can just let it run.
A lot of free kicks to choose from.
Yeah.
Like a smorgasbord. There's Barry. It's an Austrian word. Barry up towards left half back. Settles.
Very geographical today.
Around the globe. Terrible kick from Barry. Haynes has taken the mark on the wing.
Well, the lowest opening quarter score the Eagles have had for the year was 3 goals straight. That was down at York Park in the early rounds, and that was 18 points for the first quarter. They're still only on 16.
Atkins' kick was good, and so was the mark. Here's Embley, 55 metres out. Gives it a ride. Good-looking kick. Has it got the carry? It has. That's better for the Eagles.
Margin back to 22 points for all the Sydney Swans dominance. The West Coast Eagles still in this. Heading to half-time. McDougall in the ruck. Has given them something. Ball over the ball. Picked up by Kirk. Wobbly kick. Schneider. Quick-fire handball. Well played, Williams. Over the top. Fosdyke. Wobbles it inside the goal square. O'Loughlin. 1, 2, 3. Mesmerising magic from Michael.
Great to see him back in form. So exciting at his best. 7-8 plays 3-4. So the quick reply approaching half-time. Ball goes up, taps it down. Reed's got it. Immediately tackled. Got boot to ball. It wanders down towards half-forward. Wharf follows it back, hacking it towards the boundary line. Shawbull. Leading in the race out there, Atkins playing a good game. Close to the boundary, pulls it back. High ball, Sampi sets. In from the side, Powell. Sampi somehow found it on the ground. Back to his own goal. Goes back to Atkins. He's 60 metres out, lines up. Long ball towards the kick-off line. Kerr, who's been quiet, takes the mark in front. Good, strong mark by the little man.
Yeah, Kerr only the 7 possessions so far. Inside 50, he's only brought it in twice.
Takes no time, comes in and kicks the goal. Back come the Eagles.
No, you're studying for angles that aren't there.
That's right. Get the yips.
Don't worry, footballers do.
Back to the 22-point margin again, and from the takeaway, Fletcher rolls it towards half-forward, but again, Shawbull comes hard. Got the handball to Kennelly. Maxfield wide, looking for Schneider. Picked off by Hum, and Schneider can see the Schadenfreude in that. It'll be a free kick to Maxfield at half-back for the Swans.
I mean, coaches love that by young Schneider then. He's made the big blue first up, but he hasn't dropped the head and thought, oh, it's not my moment, this one, and let it slip. He's followed up, put a tackle on the player.
Maxfield from half-back. Just get the feeling next goal very important. Jakovic, the big fist away. Green deflected it across to Fletcher. Well, Nick's wanted it most. Spins around alongside the centre circle. Hall seemed to be a push in the back on glass. Hall turns around, runs into an open goal and kicks it. We'll watch it again with interest.
Manfield warming up to come on, and Wirapunda finds Braun with the bring in from full back. Who will be the one to inspire the West Coast Eagles in this second half? Hunter it was, short to Jakovic, takes the mark on the wing. High kick from him towards half forward. Kennelly sets himself, can't take the mark. Craig Bolton, Embley tackled him, looping handball over the top. Jude Bolton, Maxfield, and now Williams. Swans away, short to Barry Hall, takes the mark on the wing, wants to play on, goes to Goods. High kick from Goods. O'Keefe will be the flyer, can't bring the mark down. O'Loughlin will be the scorer. He's got 5.
Timmy Jepp on the far side of screen. John Worsfold, Pete Sumich pointing.
Worsfold generally very reserved, doesn't give much away. Brilliant. Cox to Kerr, runs into an open goal and gets it. Splits the middle. Wonderful ruck play. His second. On the 50. Crowd finding voice. Hall goes up, backhands it down. Jude Bolton to Kirk. Under pressure. O'Loughlin missed it. Loose ball at the back. Hunter gets back. Close to the boundary line. Indecisive. Run down. Cousins to Cox. The big man in a tight situation. Played it very well. To Hum. Hum swings it around the outer side. Ball will come back and take the mark.
57 this afternoon.
Sorry there, Dwayne. 57-58 marks now to 39 in favour of the Sydney Swans.
Goods plays on immediately, goes toward O'Loughlin. 1-on-1 with Chick. Ball to the back of the pack. Chick. Hall socking it off the ground. Kirk finishes it off. Beckham style. Nix entrusted with the kick in. Got the hurry up. Went wide to Schauble. He takes the mark in the back pocket for the Swans. Spends one day a week feeding the homeless in one of the soup kitchens here in Sydney. Andrew Schauble finds Creswell, half-back flank. Fosdyke on the phone. Now they work it outside defensive 50. Schneider to Jude Bolton. Swan supreme from the outset this afternoon. Spearing ball to O'Loughlin. And he got them the great start. 3 goals in the opening term. About to send them inside 50. Hall on the lead. One grab, not the second. Fletcher. Hum. Cousins. From half-back. No one to go to. Virtually backtracks. Sees Green out wide. After the bounce gathers, but he's forced to almost go back. Does go back to Cousins again. They converge and they turn it over. Kirk takes the mark. Good gives to Williams. Amazing this. Short pass to Davis. Maybe just beyond his range. The leads come. One from Hall. Centering ball to Maxfield. Takes it on the point of the centre square. And decides he might go wider. Does to Jude Bolton. High kick from 55. Drop putt. Drives it home. And the Swans might just about be home too.
Oh, you can laugh.
He's got 5 goals. It's been a good afternoon.
That is the sweet spot, right where he got him.
Don't you hate those? That's a good take.
Beautiful take, and they'd play on. Banfield, short, Sampi. Maybe have still a chance, the West Coast, if they can get 1 or 2 late in this third term. Inside 5 to go. Jones to Braun. High inside 50 towards full forward. Flying, not taking the mark. Spinning around the body, Daniel Kerr. Still a chance, the Eagles. He's got 3. And hasn't he been superb? And he continues to grow. Ball knocked down to Judd. He threaded one from here earlier. He is a superstar. Don't write them off. McDougall and Hall to do the ruck work. Hall got Palm on ball. Schneider had a toe poke off the ground. Nix plays for the free, gets it.
Chick on the bench. He's having his shoulder examined. That was troubling him last week. Play on.
Big centering ball. Ball comes hard at it. Big crunching pack. Haynes through traffic well. Banfield. Time enough perhaps for the Eagles. No one's inside attacking 50. Cox to Kerr. Sampi. Cleverness. Can he finish it off? Can he keep this game alive? It's game on. Don't go anywhere.
There is the potential match winner, I think.
Yep. Now just having thinking on the words of Tony there. He's had the sore shoulder for about 3 weeks, but he's overcome it in the space of a few minutes inside the rooms.
Amazing, isn't it? Margin 20 points, final term, a lot to play for. Cox beaten by Goods. Falls to Judd, shrugs a tackle, well played. Boot to ball inside the 50. Embley shields the bouncing football. Coming through down there, we're a pundit. Robbed of it by Kennelly. The hand pass, though, indiscriminate. Picked up by Sampi. Settles, pulls it back across the body. He's got a goal. How's that for a start?
1 minute. Travelled into this final term. Ball comes to Bolton. Jude rolls it towards full forward. Off hands, picked up by O'Keefe. And Ryan O'Keefe kicks the the reply.
This boundary line thrown, you'd almost suggest to the cameraman, just kind of keep Sampy in frame at all stage. He's been so good at these.
There's the throw in. Goods works in front, directs it down. Fosdyke outmaneuvered by Kerr, who snaps and kicks a goal. His fourth.
12th possession since half-time for Daniel Kerr. I mean, they're the two best players on the ground since half-time. Easily Jude Bolton and also Daniel Kerr for their teams respectively. Good blind turn there. Two best blokes underneath the boundary line throw-in for the West Coast Eagles. Kerr and Sampy, they just have a good nose for it and know where it's going. Another goal for the Eagles from their throw-in set-up plays. That's the third for the match.
West Coast Eagles only won one game on the road last year, but showing why they are second on the ladder this year. Still a big chance. Cox in the ruck, knocked it down. He was hoping for Judd. He found Williams. He finds Goods. They get the takeaway. Creswell inside 50. Ball thumped away from ball. Still a chance. O'Keefe kicks smothered. Ricochets back to ball. Through traffic. O'Keefe kicked one from here earlier. Across the face. It's a behind.
Margin 15 points then. Still plenty of time. And the players feeling the effects. Every touch now has a price attached. Haynes chips to space. Braun is running. Bounces obligingly. Has it at left half back. Kicks it up towards the wing. Cox will need to go. Marks just inside the boundary. Plays on. Down to half forward. Embley is about 65 metres out. Andrew Embley looks for Cousins running back. Goes wider still. Atkins comes on the lead. Barry takes the mark. Atkins looks to the umpire. Nothing doing. But Sydney suddenly feeling the lash at the moment under pressure. That's a good grab. Barry getting plenty of advice from the crowd too. Short to Fosdyke. He can run it out. Spots Davis and comes to him. He's at left half back. Sampy moving up towards the wing. A kick away forward. Not required though. O'Keefe will get a free kick. Taken high. Wants to go. The umpire says you can't do that. So O'Keefe in the shadows, lengthening shadows to send the Swans forward.
A lot of room forward of the mark for players to run into, and Goods seizes that opportunity.
They've worked this very well, the Swans, from fullback. Goods about to send them into attack. Wide ball, nicks the target, takes the mark.
That is good team play, Dwayne. They're holding the space open for players to run into it. Now for O'Loughlin.
In his direction, and he slips cheek. He read that magnificently, Michael O'Loughlin.
Well, when you've got someone in form like O'Loughlin, you're obligated to go where he does, and that's what Chicky's doing. You can see his eyes on the ball, but he's got the sense of where Michael O'Loughlin is, and he basically runs the same footsteps as him, except that O'Loughlin is doing nothing but watching the ball, so he's going to pick up the flight earlier.
He has 5. Tough angle here, but they are shallow pockets of the SCG. He improves the angle a little. 15-point margin. Can he extend it to 21? Oh, yes, he can. He's got 6.
Bounce on the wing. Takeaway is essential. The Eagles have done far better the longer this game has gone. Hunter knocks it straight to O'Keefe. Nicely played. He's at left half back. That's ambitious. Too close to the man coming at him. Out of bounds on the full.
Almost had too much time to think there, O'Keefe. Now the first option, through traffic, punch it down the line. The forwards can read that type of play.
Braun long. Sampy might have a flyer. This does. Jumped a little early. Jones. Now McDougall. High kick inside 50. Good kick. Coming out, taking the mark. Has kicked 19 goals, 12 for the season. You can see the angle, and that is home. Game on.
Just over 4 minutes to go. Sydney by 15 points. They led by 29 at half-time. Got out to close to 40 at one stage in this match. Kerr taken down. Fosdyke applied the tackle. Still a live football. Barry, Fosdyke. Kirk over the top. Into the path of Williams. Sampi put him down. Well played Fosdyke. Knocked it on to accommodate Crouch. Charging through his Nicks. This could be decisive. The hand pass comes back from Cresswell. Nicks the long kick. Out of bounds on the full.
The play on here, Chick.
Yes.
3 goals, 4 minutes virtually. That's the equation for the West Coast Eagles. Ball to the outer side. McDougall. Can he get the handle? He can, but he's caught. Handball away. Just in time. Spearing through Sampi. Hasn't he inspired some victories this year? Long kick. Kirk getting back. Kennelly takes it out of play with a little bit of assistance from Wirapunda. 3 minutes 14 plus a few seconds of time on remaining. Djakovic on the bench there. Play no further part.
Look at this
in this game.
Again, Dwayne, forward, goal side of this boundary line throw in. There's nobody. There's no traffic to get through if West Coast get first hands on and run forward.
McDougall got first hands and a kick. But again, off the side and out of bounds on the full. His second double OF.
It just looks dangerous, doesn't it? The boundary line throw-ins, they look like they're going to make something happen.
A second out of bounds on the full for the quarter.
Schauble got it to Barry. Fosdyke will need to go. Had a bit of luck, it came back to him. Fosdyke managed to get boot to ball. It's Bills wide. O'Keefe, as we've said, we've sung his praises. Been very handy. Down towards half forward. Roberts Thompson goes after it with him. Hunter did best, got it away to Braun. Under 3 minutes to go though. The clock is running down. And Barry takes a very strong defensive mark. Body to body with Fletcher. And carried the day. High ball to midfield. Williams camped underneath it. Fisted away by Green. Charging through Cousins. So too Sampi. Last roll of the dice time. Cousins onto the loose football. In the square, Haynes turns round. Kicks the goal. There's still life.
Once again, the most difficult possession of that chain of events was the Sampi gather and break the tackle just to put it into space for Benny Cousins. He is something out of the bag, actually, Sampi. Had to go for it, had to put the hands up. Some would suggest, oh, look, why don't you shepherd it? And Schauble's in front, and just that chance to put a claw on it, you've got to go for it. That bloke, brilliant.
Ashley Sampi, take a bow.
One hand take, around the neck, Dwayne, powers through, puts it into space.
Gee, there's a lot of Chris Lewis about the way he goes about his football. It was his hero, he wears his number, and I think everybody who barracks for the West Coast and loves their football hopes that he can continue to improve in the style that he's been playing this afternoon. This game still well and truly alive. 2 goals required. High kick to half forward. Powell. Play on, not 15. Got the kick away. Rolling ball towards the wing. We're inside 2 minutes now. Coming hard. Picking the ball up. Glass. Handball up. Jones. Wide ball. Cox. Barry Hall comes at him. Tries to corral him. High ball inside 50. They need the mark. Goods.
How timely was that? Comes out very wide to Hall. Marks just inside the field of play. And we'll slow it down. Clock running. And Hall waiting. Told to hurry up now. But he has consumed some time. Well, umpire, do something. You told him to hurry up.
He saw him play on and he was out of bounds.
Exactly. High ball floats down towards the wing. Banfield, one-handed. Kirk, charge down. A chance for Green. Tackled by Kirk. In goes Cousins, wrestled down by Bolton, and that is a very good result.
I was watching that with the boundary umpire. He was out of bounds. The umpire called play on, but the boundary umpire was too far around the boundary, and with the curve, see the umpire there? He's on the other side of the curve, and he can't make the call.
Good result for Sydney. This ball up. We're down to 50 seconds. Nicks, they need a cool head. Held to him. They won't pay that as holding the ball, and as a result, the clock will continue to run. And I think they can see it having slipped away now. Something miraculous would need to happen. The bounce on the wing. The Sydney fans savouring these final moments. Kennelly got an unkind bounce. Fosdyke is running. Around the corner he goes. Into the path of Kirk. Goes to the 50 Kirk. Surrounded by Eagles. Pops it towards the middle. Touch ball. We're down to 20 seconds though.
Cousins caught in the midfield. Jude Bolton picked up by Judd. Can they get a mark at half forward? One hand to it, but not the second from Hunter. Sampi still there. Picked up by Kennelly. Turned it over to Hunter. Back to Sampi inside 50. The 1-2. Hunter. Can this float through? Bounces the wrong side. And it wouldn't have mattered because there would have been only a second or so at the centre bounce had that travelled through Paul Roos.
What's he thinking?
Well, he
That's
hasn't
the
seen
way.
a close one.
I like it.
He hasn't seen a close one this year, Paul Roos. They've either won by 19 points or more or been beaten by 25 or more, and they win this one in style and rise to third spot on the AFL ladder.
Wasn't he terrific?
There was a calm early, but then the storm of inspiring play from a number of players. Ashley Sampi led the way with Daniel Kerr and a number of others in the fight back for the West Coast Eagles. But Michael O'Loughlin with 6 goals this afternoon, the hero for the Sydney Swans.